partnership. Here there are some reasons for changes in the partnership, or we can write a reason for the reconstruction of partnership. First, change in the ratio of profit and loss sharing ratio between the continuing partner. If there is any change between the in the profit and loss ratio between the continuing partner, then also one kind of a reason to reconstruct a partnership again. Second, admission of a new partner in the existing partnership firm. In the running business, is one more partner is entering into the business, obviously the ratio will be changed. So for that, it will be the second reason, that if the any new partner is admitting in the partnership firm, that time also it comes to make a reconstruction of partnership. Third, retirement or a death of a partnership in the existing partnership firm. From the running business of partnership, if any one partner is retiring or any one partner is dead, at that time also the ratio of profit and loss between the partners is going to be changed. So this will be the third reason to make a changes in the partnership. So these are the changes. Moving to the next. When there is a change in the profit and sharing ratio of the existing partner, then some partner have to sacrifice certain portion of their profit, which will be the gain for the other partner. अगर कोई एक partner is leaving or something is happening in the if any changes is making between the profit sharing ratio of the existing partner, तो किसी partner का फायदा होगा तो किसी का नुकसान. So for that, at the time of reconstruction of partnership, two important points are to be noted. Here we'll find out the sacrifice ratio and gaining ratio. Here the sacrifice ratio. When there is a change in profit and loss sharing ratio of existing partner, then certain partner get less share as compared they get before. Then such reduced share of profit of the partner is called sacrifice ratio. जो पार्टनर एग्जिस्टिंग पार्टनर जो पार्टनर पहले कुछ ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट मिल रहा था, इफ़ एनी कंडीशन इफ़ द पार्टनर इज़ गेटिंग लेस शेयर कंपेयर टू उसको पहले मिल रहा था, then that particular share will be written as in sacrifice ratio. For this, to find out the sacrifice ratio, there is a difference between of the old share and the new share. Formula is sacrifice ratio is equal to old share minus new share. Next is gaining ratio. When there is a change in the profit and loss sharing ratio of the existing partner, the certain partner get more share as compared they get before. Then such higher share of profit of the partner is called gain ratio. Gain ratio is the difference between new share and the old share of a partner. Now here both the formulas you can see, sacrifice ratio and the gain ratio, it is quite similar. क्योंकि ओल्ड सेक्रीफाइस का फॉर्मूला है ओल्ड माइनस न्यू एंड गेन का फॉर्मूला है न्यू माइनस ओल्ड. नाउ मेनी टाइम इट हैपेंस बिकॉज ऑफ सो मच सिमिलैरिटी स्टूडेंट्स फॉरगेट what was the formula. Because it is very simple and easy, there is a possibility to make confusion. So here I make a simple thing over here to make you remember, that is sacrifice ratio को मैं हमेशा बुलाती हूँ so just remember, so when it is given to find out sacrifice ratio, remember so. Why so? Sacrifice is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. That will make you remember. Obviously जब भी आपको gain ratio ढूंढना होगा तो उसका opposite हो जाएगा. So है sacrifice का पहले old आता है तो gain में पहले new आएगा. This is how you can remember the formula. It's a one kind of trick. It's depend on you how you people remember. Next, there are some notes. Whenever calculation is made by the sacrifice formula and if the answer is coming in positive, then that particular partner is sacrificing when you are finding sacrifice formula. And when you are finding sacrifice formula and any one of the partner's answer comes in negative, then that particular partner is gaining. माने कि उस partner को फायदा हो रहा है तो उसका आंसर माइनस में आया. Similarly, we'll go to the next note, that is when the calculation is made by the gain formula and if the answer is coming in positive, then it is gain, and if the answer is coming in negative, then it is sacrifice. Similar to your sacrifice ratio, अगर आप gain ratio ढूंढ रहे हो और किसी भी एक पार्टनर का आंसर नॉर्मली प्रॉफिट प्लस में आया तो वो पर्टिकुलर पार्टनर गेन कर रहा है। पर गेन रेशियो ढूंढने के टाइम पे अगर किसी एक पार्टनर का आंसर माइनस में आया, तो दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्टनर इज सेक्रीफाइसिंग, which we will continue with the video from the question number 4 to 9. Chapter 4, question number 4. This is the first question we are solving. Again, this chapter is divided with the small question and the big question. Here the small question comes in the exam. Big question is just a basic to make you understand for the next chapter. It's never going to come anyway. But this small question comes in the exam in the section C. Second question comes for the 3 marks. And this is the most easiest chapter. Most easiest this question is. Let's go with the first question. Amar and Akbar are the partner of a firm distributing profit and loss of the firm in equal proportion. Now, let's make an understanding. These are the two partners. They are sharing their profit and loss into equal proportion. Now they decide to change their profit and loss sharing proportion with 3:2 for future. Means before they used to share equal proportion, now they want to change 3:2. Means old ratio होगा equal proportion और new ratio उनको change करना by 3:2 for future. Now under this circumstance, calculate sacrifice has been made by which partner? As it is very simple question and very simple solution for 3 marks, but just make it proper understanding. You have to first put this information like this. Put the partner's name, write down the old ratio or old share you can write, and the new share. That is 1:1 as it is written equal proportion, and new proportion is 3:2. Now old ratio 1 plus 1 is total is 2. So it would be like this 1/2, 1/2. New ratio is 3:2. 3 plus 2 is 5. So it can be done by 3/5 and 2/5. Just put the formula which have been asked in the question to find out sacrifice ratio. Now write down the name of a partner. Amar. First I am taking Amar. Old share. Amar's old share is 1/2. So first take 1/2 minus new share of Amar is 3/5. So just take 3/5. Now as this you can see the minus sign 1/2 and 3/5. Here we have to take LCM. For LCM I'll show you here a simple calculation. Those who know good, but those who don't know, for them. This you already learned in your secondary section. Now here I put 2 and 5. First we'll start with the 2 ones are. छोटे नंबर से स्टार्ट करना है. 2 ones में 2 आ गया. Okay. 2 ones में 5 नहीं आता है, तो keep the 5 as it is. Then 3 second number is 3. 3 में 5 नहीं आता है. 4 ones में 5 नहीं आता है. 5 ones में it comes. Okay. So forget about this portion. Now check with this column. Now we'll multiply. 2 5s are 10. Now so the 10 will come as a common number. Just take it down as a 10. अब 2 अंजा में 10 कब आता है? 5 से. और 5 अंजा में 10 कब आता है? 5 2s are. Right? Now this number will get multiplied with 1. 5 ones are 5. And 2 3s are 6. 5 minus 6. So 6 बड़ा नंबर है compared to 5 और माइनस का साइन है, तो here the answer will come minus 1/10. And as I gave you an explanation of theory, वहाँ पे लिखा था कि अगर आप सेक्रीफाइस ढूंढते हो और आंसर आपको माइनस में मिलता है, इट मीन्स द पर्सन इज गोइंग टू बी गेन, यानी कि ये पार्टनर गेन करने वाला है, उसको फायदा होने वाला है. नाउ विल चेक विद द अनदर पार्टनर, दैट इज अकबर. जस्ट राइट डाउन द नेम ऑफ अकबर. अगेन ओल्ड शेयर, अकबर का ओल्ड शेयर है 1/2 माइनस न्यू शेयर, अकबर का न्यू शेयर है 2/5. सो जस्ट टेक इट एज 2/5. अगेन If we take remove LCM, we already remove 2, 5 का LCM कितना आएगा? Common number रहेगा 10. So here I am putting 10. 2 1 जा में 2 5 जा 10 होगा और 5 2 जा 10 आएगा. 5 1 जा 5, 2 2 जा 4. This time this number is comparatively bigger than 4. तो ये आंसर माइनस में नहीं प्लस में आएगा. So this partner is sacrifice. When you are finding sacrifice and you got the answer in minus, means this particular partner is gaining. And if the answer comes normal like positive है तो sacrifice कर रहा है ये partner अकबर. Question number 5. Komal, Krupa and Karishma are the partners of partnership firm. Now they distributed profit and loss in the ratio 3:1. All the partners have decided to change profit and loss sharing ratio to 5:3:2 for future. Means old ratio is 3:1 and new ratio is 5:3:2. Now from the information calculate sacrifice ratio. Now here I am ready with all the information. That is Komal, Krupa and Karishma. Their old ratio 3:1 and new ratio is 5:3:2. If we make the total of 3:1, it is 6. Means 3/6, 2/6 and 1/6. Next is 5:3:2. The total is 10. Means 5/10, 3/10 and 2/10. Now this is what the information is ready. In the question they told you to find out sacrifice ratio. So first we'll take Komal. Komal's old ratio is 3/6 minus new ratio. Komal's new ratio is 5/10. Now we'll remove common number of it. Again I will take LCM. First we'll take 2 3s, 2 5s. Next time I can't take 2 because 3 and 5 is not coming in the 2 table. अब लेंगे हम 3 1s, 3 का टेबल. तो 3 1s 3, but 3 में 5 नहीं आता तो 5 will remain as it is. Then we'll take 5 1s. So here we got the 1 in both the column. Now forget about this. Now we'll make a calculation of this column. 2 3s 6, 6 5s 30. So here we got the common number is 30. अब 6 के टेबल में 30 कब आता है? 5s और 10 के टेबल में 30 आएगा in 10 3s. Then 5 3s 15 minus 3 5s 15. So if we make a calculation of this, we get the 0/30. Means there is no gain, no sacrifice for the partner Komal. Taking another partner, that is Krupa. Now Krupa's old ratio is 2/6 and the new ratio is 3/10. Again no need to remove LCM. We already got the common number. Will remain 30. 6 5s and 10 3s. 5 2s 10. 3 3s 9. Now this time 10 is the bigger number than 9. So we'll get the answer 1. अगर 10 यहाँ पे होता और 9 यहाँ पे होता, पीछे बड़ा नंबर होता तो we'll get the answer minus. But this time ये 9 छोटा नंबर है compared to 10. So we got the positive answer. So the Krupa have made a sacrifice in this ratio. Moving towards the third partner, that is Karishma. Karishma's old ratio is 1/6 minus 2/10. Again we get the common number 30. 6 के टेबल में 5 में आता है और 10 के टेबल में 3 में 30 आता है. 5 1s 5, 3 2s 6. Here you can see the 5 is smaller number compared to 6. So here we got the answer in minus. 5 minus 6 is equal to 1 divided by 30. Now, here the Karishma, when we are finding sacrifice ratio and the partner got answer in minus, this means this partner have made a gain. उसको फायदा हुआ in the changes of the ratios. Now moving to the next question, that is sixth one. Sachin, Rahul and Rohit are the partners of partnership firm. Profit and loss sharing ratio is 1:2 between them. All partners have decided to change profit and loss sharing ratio in 3:1. Now again they told you to calculate sacrifice ratio. So here I am ready with the question. Information: Sachin, Rahul, Rohit, old ratio 1:2, new ratio 3:1. And in the question they told you to find out sacrifice ratio. Again same thing we'll do. First we'll write the name of Sachin. First let's make a total. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. So 1 upon 5, 2 upon 5 and 2 upon 5. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. So 3 upon 6, 2 upon 6 and 1 upon 6. So for Sachin, old share is 1 upon 5. Minus new share of Sachin is 3 upon 6. Now we'll remove a LCM. अब 2 के टेबल में 5 तो आता नहीं है, तो take the 5 and here 3. Then next we'll take 3. 3 में भी 5 का टेबल नहीं आता, but 3 आएगा and the 5. So here again we got the common number. 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. So take 30. In the 5 table, if we multiply with 6, and if in the 6 table, if we multiply by 5, we'll get 30. So let's 6 1s are 6, 5 3s are 15. You can see this number is comparatively more. So 6 minus 15, we get minus 9 upon 30. So here the partner Sachin have made a gain. यहाँ पे उसको फायदा होगा in the changes of the new ratio. अब हम देखेंगे नेक्स्ट पार्टनर, दैट इज राहुल. राहुल्स ओल्ड रेशियो इज 2/5 minus 2/6. अगेन द कॉमन नंबर विल बी 30, जो 5 के टेबल में 6 में आएगा और 6 के टेबल में 5 से आएगा. 6 2s are 12, 5 2s are 10. इस बार ये नंबर छोटा है तो 12 minus 10, द आंसर पॉजिटिव रहेगा, दैट इज 2/30. Moving towards the last partner of the question, that is Rohit. Old ratio है 2/5, new ratio है 1/6. Again the common number 30, 6 and the 5. 6 2s are 12, 5 1s are 5. And if we make a calculation, 12 minus 5, we get 7/30. So out of the 3 partner, only the Sachin have made a gain and the remaining partner are going to suffer for the sacrifice. Next question, 7th one. Deepak, Nilesh and Pratik are the partners of the partnership firm. Their profit and loss sharing ratio is 1:3, which is decided to change 2:1 respectively for future. Under such circumstance, calculate gain ratio is received by which partner. Now this time we are going to find gain ratio. So here the 7th question, where the partner's name is Deepak, Nilesh and Pratik, and their old ratio is 1:3. If we calculate 1 plus 2 plus 3, it is 6. So 1/6, 2/6 and 3/6. Next is new ratio, that is 2:1. 2 plus 2 plus 1, it would be 5. So 2/5 and 1/5. And here they told you to find out gain ratio. To remember the gain ratio and sacrifice ratio, I already told you. For sacrifice remains so, SNO. So you will remember that sacrifice में पहले old आता है, तो gain में पहले new आएगा. New ratio minus old ratio. Sometime in the exam student get confused और ये new old में confusion create हो जाता है, तो आप इसे इस तरह से याद रख सकते हो. So
यानी कि सेक्रीफाइस इज इक्वल टू पहले ओल्ड आता है, तो वैसे ही गेन में पहले न्यू आएगा और बाद में माइनस ओल्ड रेशियो. नाउ लेट्स फाइंड आउट फॉर दीपक. दीपक का न्यू रेशियो है 2/5 एंड ओल्ड रेशियो है 1/6. 5 और 6 अगेन आया, तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि यहाँ पे कॉमन नंबर आपका 30 होगा. इफ यू रिमूव द एलसीएम यू विल गेट 30. 6 and 5. 6 2s are 12 and 5 1s are 5. And if we make the calculation of this, we get 7/30. Next partner is Nilesh, where we'll put the new ratio first, 2/5, and then old ratio 2/6. Here again we'll get 30. 6 and 5. 6 2s are 12 and 5 2s are 10. So here we get the number 2/30. Don't cut it out. अगर यहाँ पे कैलकुलेशन आपको लगता है कि ये कट हो जाएगा तो मत करना, बिकॉज सारे पार्टनर्स में नीचे कॉमन नंबर रहना चाहिए. Moving towards the last partner of the question, that is Pratik. New ratio is 1/5 and old ratio is 3/6. Again we got the 30. 6 and 5. 6 1s are 6. 5 3s are 15. And if we make the calculation of this, here we got 9/30. Answer will be minus because comparatively this number is more. So this is how we find out gain ratio. Moving towards the next question, that is 8th. Raju, Harshu and Sanju are the partner of the partnership firm. Their profit and loss sharing ratio is 5:4:3. All the partners have decided to change their P&L sharing ratio to 2:2:1. From this information, find out gain ratio. Here all the information ready for the question number 8. 3 partners, their ratio 5:4:3. 5 plus 4 plus 3 is equal to 12. So I already put upon 12. New ratio 2:1 is equal to 5. So 2/5, 2/5, 1/5. Here they told you to find out gain ratio. First we'll put the new ratio. First write down the first partner name, Raju. New ratio of Raju is 2/5 minus old ratio is 5/12. First we'll take the LCM of it. 5 and 12. First we'll take 2. 2 1s में 2 के टेबल में 5 नहीं आता है. 12 will be from 6. Next 2 3s are, then 3 1s are, 5 1s are. So 2 2s are 4. 4 3s are 12. 12 5s are 60. So here we got a common number 60. In 5 table 60 comes 12s are, and 12 table it comes in the 5. 12 2s are 24. 5 5s are 25. So here again this number is comparatively more. So here answer will be minus 1/60. We are finding gain and we got the answer in minus. So it means that Raju, the partner, is going to sacrifice. Next, Harshu. New ratio of Harshu is 2/5 and old ratio is 4/12. Common number will be 60. Here 12s are, 5s are, 12 2s are 24, 5 4s are 20. So again 24 minus 24. This time this number is less compared to 24. So here this partner is gaining. Next, Sanju. New ratio is 1/5 and old ratio is 3/12. 60, 12 and 5. 12 1s are 12. 5 3s are 15. So here we got minus 3/60 means this partner is sacrificing. So this is how we find out which partner is gaining and the sacrificing. So here Raju and Sanju is sacrificing and Harshu is the only partner who is gaining. Moving towards the next question number 9. Praveen, Mahindra and Arvind are the partners of the partnership firm. The profit and loss sharing ratio is 5 to 2. 5 plus 2 plus 2 will be 9. All the partners have decided to change the profit and loss sharing ratio by 2, 3, 4. If you add 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. So, see, they already put the 9 as new ratio. Now, from this information, find out sacrifice has been made by which partner by using sacrifice formula, and from the above information by using gain formula, find out what sacrifice has been made by which partner. Means in this question we are going to find out sacrifice as well as gain. Here I am ready with all the information. First we'll find out sacrifice. So first we'll put the name of a partner, Praveen. Old ratio is 5 upon 9 and new ratio is 2 upon 9. Here we already get the common number 9. So put 9 ones and ones are right. So 1 5s are 5 minus 2. So it will be 3 upon 9 and we are finding sacrifice and we got the positive answer, means the partner is sacrificing. Next, Mahendra, 2 upon 9, that's the old ratio, and the new ratio is 3 upon 9. 2 minus 3 upon 9 is equal to minus 1 upon 9, means this partner is gaining as we are finding sacrifice. Next, Arvind, old ratio is 2 upon 9 and new ratio is 4 upon 9. So here 2 minus 4 upon 9. Again this partner is gaining with minus 2. So here we finish with the sacrifice ratio. Now we'll move towards gain ratio. First we'll write down the name. First partner, Praveen. New ratio is 2 upon 9 and old ratio is 5 upon 9. So 2 minus 5 upon 9 is equal to minus 3. So here partner is sacrificing. Next is Mahendra. With the new ratio is 3 upon 9 and old ratio is 2 upon 9. So answer will be 1 upon 9, means the partner is gaining. Next, Arvind, 4 upon 9 minus 2 upon 9, common number is 9, 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 upon 9. The answer comes in positive, so here this two partner is gaining and the only one partner is sacrifice. Here we got both the solution for the sacrifice ratio as well as gain ratio. Here the only partner is sacrificing and the remaining two partner is gaining. Same here, the Praveen is sacrificing and this two partner is gaining by finding both the
Section of partnership. Revaluation account of asset and liability of a partnership firm and its accounting effect. A special account is opened in the books of partnership firm to record the accounting effect of the revaluation of asset and liability. This account is called revaluation account. Generally, whenever there is a reconstruction of a partnership firm, it means change in the profit and loss sharing ratio, asset and liability of the firm also revalued. At the time of revaluation of asset and liabilities, the following journal entries are to be passed in the books of the firm. Very simple to remember this. Journal entry. First journal entry is related to the valuation of asset. Just listen to me very carefully. When we are passing a journal entry related to the asset, if the asset is revaluing, तो या तो प्राइस इंक्रीज होगा या तो प्राइस डिक्रीज होगा. जो भी असेट का प्राइस इंक्रीज हो रहा है तो वो पर्टिकुलर असेट विल बी डेबिटेड विद द अमाउंट ऑफ जितना वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है उतना ही जाएगा रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट में. सो द क्रेडिट साइड विल राइट डाउन रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. इन ईच एंड एवरी जर्नल एंट्री वी आर गोइंग टू राइट विद द रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू मेक अ लेजर पोस्टिंग एट द एंड. सो हियर फॉर द इंक्रीजिंग वी हैव टू पुट असेट ऊपर टू रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. जब असेट डिक्रीज होगा तो असेट को नीचे रखना है जो भी एसेट का वैल्यू कम हो रहा है उस एसेट को नीचे रखना है. एंड डेबिट साइड विल राइट डाउन रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. Liability will be opposite. If liability is increasing, the liabilities, whatever liability it will be credited and revaluation account will be debited. And जब liability decrease हो रहा है तब ऊपर आएगा liability to revaluation account. Very simple and easy to remember. I'm repeating again. अगर asset increase होता है तो asset ऊपर रहेगा और जब asset decrease होगा तब नीचे रहेगा. Opposite में हमको revaluation account ही लिखना है. जब वैल्यूएशन ऑफ लायबिलिटी होगा और अगर लायबिलिटी इंक्रीज हो रहा है तब लायबिलिटी नीचे रहेगा और जब डिक्रीज हो रहा है तब लायबिलिटी ऊपर रहेगा. सिंपल ट्रिक टू रिमेंबर. मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट. When there is a provision of doubtful debt or discount reserve etc. on debtor, then the journal entry will be like this. Whenever the debtors related journal entry will come, just simple trick, डेप्टर्स को हम नॉर्मली रखते हैं डेबिट साइड पर, उसके रिलेटेड जो भी हमारी एडजस्टमेंट आएगी उसको हम क्रेडिट साइड रखेंगे एंड रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट विल बी डेबिटेड. इट्स अ सिंपल ट्रिक टू रिमेंबर. डेप्टर्स के रिलेटेड जब भी कोई जर्नल एंट्री आएगी आपको उसको क्रेडिट साइड रखना है एंड रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट को डेबिट साइड. देयर आर सम चेंजेस रिलेटेड टू द बैड डेट दैट आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू व्हाइल गोइंग टू द सोल्यूशन, दैट आई विल शो यू लेटर. पर ये एक ईजी ट्रिक है आपको याद रखवाने के लिए. वैसे ही क्रेडिटर्स के रिलेटेड हो तो क्रेडिटर्स ऊपर रहेगा, दैट इज ऑन द डेबिट साइड टू रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू रिमेंबर कि उसकी जगह कहाँ है. हियर वी हैव टू रिमेंबर द पोजीशन, दैट इज मच इंपॉर्टेंट ओवर हियर. So debtors related adjustment, here they have given about the bad debt reserve and the discount reserve on debtor which will remain on the credit side and revaluation account at the debit side. There are some changes related to the bad debt but that I will explain you while solution. Okay, so here we finish with the debtors and creditors and now we'll go to the next, that is if unrecorded asset or accrued, which we normally say outstanding income or prepaid expense. So that time unrecorded asset, outstanding income, prepaid expense, these all comes at the debit side to revaluation account. At the same side, when the entries come related to the unrecorded liabilities, that time outstanding liability will remain at the credit side and revaluation account will be debit side. In the final account of specimen was important to remember. Here there are some journal entries which is very important to remember because later at the end of this video I'll show you how it can be, why this is so important. When revaluation account is closed, जब हम revaluation account बंद करेंगे, revaluation account है यहाँ पे, that I'll show you how it can be done. Okay, first I'll show you this, then we'll go back over here. हमने जितना भी अभी एक्सप्लेन किया रिलेटेड टू द जर्नल एंट्री, आई सेड द जर्नल एंट्री को हमको एंड में लेजर पोस्टिंग करना है. एंड होप यू ऑल पीपल रिमेंबर योर लेजर पोस्टिंग विच वी लर्न इन अवर स्टैंडर्ड 11. अगर नहीं भी याद रहे तो आपको इस तरह से भी आपको याद रखना है कि असेट अगर डिक्रीज होता है तो वो असेट हम लिखेंगे डेबिट साइड, जब असेट इंक्रीज होगा तो उसको लिखेंगे हम क्रेडिट साइड. वैसे ही लायबिलिटी का अपोजिट है, जब लायबिलिटी इंक्रीज होता है तो डेबिट साइड लिखना है और लायबिलिटी डिक्रीज होता है तब हमको क्रेडिट साइड लिखना है. डेप्टर साइड विल राइट डाउन द डेबिट साइड विल राइट डाउन डेप्टर्स रिलेटेड एंट्रीज एंड क्रेडिट साइड विल राइट डाउन क्रेडिटर्स रिलेटेड एंट्रीज. This is very important because it makes some quite confusion in the students, but just write down this so you will able to remember. Unrecorded liabilities, outstanding expense and prepaid income. Unrecorded asset, outstanding income and prepaid expense. You can see they are totally opposite to each other, but this is how you have to remember. Liability यहाँ पे रहेगा unrecorded, तो asset unrecorded यहाँ पे रहेगा. आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंस को आप सिर्फ याद रखो कि वो डेबिट साइड रखेंगे हम, तो उसका अपोजिट हमको याद रह जाएगा कि आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंस अगर डेबिट साइड रहता है तो आउटस्टैंडिंग इनकम यहाँ पे, दैट इज़ क्रेडिट साइड. तो प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस यहाँ पे रहेगा तो प्रीपेड इनकम ये साइड. सो जस्ट रिमेंबर आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंस, दैट इज़ अप टू यू, यू यूज़ योर ओन ट्रिक, हैव टू रिमेंबर, बट you have to remember this position because this is the one of the part which is going to be continue in your chapter 5, 6 and 7. And after finishing revaluation account, Same how we did the profit and loss appropriate account and all. We'll make a total of both the side, and if we find out difference on the debit side, so we'll find a profit of it, and if we find difference at the credit side, that means it would be loss. Then again we have to go back to write down the journal entry for this. First we'll finish with this account, then we'll write down journal entry for profit and loss. If we find profit, तो एंट्री कुछ इस तरह से होगा, रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट डेबिटेड टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट बिकॉज दिस प्रॉफिट विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट अकाउंट दैट इज पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट में मूव होगा ये प्रॉफिट. सो वी हैव टू राइट दिस जर्नल एंट्री. Next, if we found loss in the revaluation account, then partners capital account will be debited to revaluation account. Just remember the position how we have to move. So this is going to be continue. स्पेशली ये जो सोल्यूशन हम ये चैप्टर में करेंगे, चैप्टर 4 में जो हम सेकेंड पार्ट में मूव कर रहे हैं, और ये रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट जो हम बनाएंगे, here we are only going to learn the basic for the remaining 5, 6 and 7 chapter. ये क्वेश्चन कहीं पर पूछा नहीं जाएगा, but in the beginning of the chapter I showed you this sacrifice and gain ratio. This is very important because this is going to become in your exam. So video will be continue with the question solution.
Chapter 4, page number 139, where we are starting from the question number 10, where we can see the big questions have been started. Now this question is just in basic for the remaining 3 chapters. It's never going to ask in any exam. Here we will learn about the asset and the liability revaluation. Here we start with the question number 10. Rajesh, Pushpa and Pratibha are the partners of the Srinathji Traders partnership firm. Their profit and loss sharing ratio is 2:3:1. Their firm balance sheet of 31st March 2017 is as under. Here the balance sheet is given of 31st March 2017, and in the adjustment they will show you what revaluation they are going to make for the asset and liability. As on above date the balance sheet, partners decide to change profit and loss sharing ratio in equal proportion. On this date, they decided to revalue asset and liability for which information is given as under. Now here we start one by one. The value of land is to be increased up to 2,50,000 and building value is to be increased by 50,000. Now for this solution, question number 10, I am ready with the journal entry which I have explained you that what journal entry have to be given for the revaluation of the asset and liability. So here I am ready with the specimen of journal entry with the revaluation account, which is also known as profit and loss adjustment account, which I have wrote with the pencil, and the new balance sheet. This one is the new balance sheet after the revaluation of the asset and liability. So here we can see in the question they have told you that value of land is to be increased by 2,50,000. Go to the old balance sheet and find out the value of land. Before it was 1,80,000 and now it is going to be changed by 2,50,000. It means it is going to be increased by 70,000. For example, here the increased value is, this calculation you have to do in your calculator. If you get them minus, there is a difference of 70,000, means the land is going to increase by the value of, as I have already explained you, if land is if the asset is increasing, you have to write down asset, that is whatever asset, land account debited to revaluation account, and in the amount column you have to write down the amount which have been increased, that is 70,000. After writing journal entry, remember your ledger posting. Now we'll move to the revaluation account. Now here revaluation is written on the credit side. So in the revaluation account, here the debit side and here is the credit side. Go to the credit side and write down by land account. I'm explaining again. Revaluation हमने credit side लिखा है और revaluation account के credit side जाके आपने जो asset या liability जिसका भी नाम लिखा आपको वो लिखना है. By writing by land account, there is a increase in the amount of 70,000 in the asset land. Next, building value is to be increased by 50,000. Now here the building was 3 lakh, now it is going to be 3 lakh 50,000. But before that, after writing this, in the new balance sheet, come to the asset side and write down here land account. Before it was 1,80,000, but now land value is 2,50,000. So write down 2,50,000. Then move to the next, that the building value is to be increased by 50,000. माने कि पहले बिल्डिंग का वैल्यू 3 लाख था, अब 3,50,000 होने वाला है. तो बिल्डिंग का वैल्यू पहले 3 लाख था, अब 3,50,000 हो जाएगा. Again this 50,000 is going to be increased and building is your asset. So keep the building on the debit side. Building account debit to revaluation account going to be increased by 50,000. Again the value have been increased and the revaluation you can see at the credit side. So on your credit side, write down building with the amount 50,000. I'm just going to repeat my explanation. Land and building दोनों का वैल्यू इंक्रीज, जो इंक्रीज हुआ वो हमको बैलेंस शीट में लिखना है, पर दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस वो हमें जर्नल एंट्री और रिवैल्यूएशन में लिखना है. आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग द डिफरेंस ऑफ इट. जो एग्जैक्टली जितना रिन्यू हो रहा है उतना हम उसकी न्यू बैलेंस शीट में बना रहे हैं. ओके, एंड द डिफरेंस ऑफ दिस टू वी आर राइटिंग इन द जर्नल एंट्री एंड रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. Moving towards the next, the value of machinery is to be decreased up to 80,000. Up to 80,000 and the machinery value is 1,20,000 means 40,000 से ये reduce हो जाएगा. If you get them minus 1,20,000 minus 80,000 आप करोगे, माने कि मशीनरी का प्राइस 40,000 से डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. पहले उसका वैल्यू 1,20,000 था, अब 80,000 हो रहा है. और मशीनरी, दिस मशीनरी इज योर असेट, राइट? सो हियर व्हेन असेट इज रिड्यूसिंग you have to keep the asset on the credit side. Machinery account, and here we'll write down revaluation account. As before it was 1,20,000 and now reducing by 80,000, there is a difference of 40,000. Machinery का price 40,000 से reduce हो रहा है. This time we are writing revaluation account on the debit side. So in the revaluation account, come to the debit side. क्योंकि machine का price reduce हो रहा है, come here and write down machinery account 40,000 and go to the new balance sheet and write down the revalue of machinery is going to be now 80,000. Next adjustment. Provision for bad debt reserve at 20% and discount reserve is 5% is to be made on debtor. Now go to the old balance sheet. First find out what is the debtor is given, 50,000. We can't go without calculation to journal entry or revaluation. So come to the new balance sheet and first write down the debtor value. Here the debtor value is given 50,000. Keep it inside as we used to do in the final account. Then remove 20% for bad debt reserve, which is going to be minus bad debt reserve. If you remove 50,000, 20%, this is the calculation which you have to do in your calculator. You will find 10,000. So get minus 10,000. Get it minus, keep it inside because also the discount reserve on debtor is going to be calculated. discount reserve on debtor, which has to be calculated 5%. Now this time for discount reserve on debtor, take 40,000 and remove 5% of it. You will get 2,000. Get it minus out of 40,000, you will get 38,000. So here we finish the calculation, but we want the amount this for 10,000 of bad debt reserve and discount reserve on debtor 2,000, which we are going to give entry in the journal entry and also going to pass in the revaluation account. So here we write down revaluation account, debited. Remember, debtors related adjustment will be written on the credit side. There are some changes with the bad debt reserve that I will explain you when the question will come. Bad debt reserve, discount reserve on debtor. First write down the amount of bad debt reserve, that is 10,000, and discount reserve on debtor is 2,000. Total 12,000. Now this time we wrote revaluation account on debit side. So come to the revaluation debit side and write down bad debt reserve account and discount reserve on debtors account with the amount 10,000 and 2,000. So this is how we'll give the entry for the debtors related adjustment. Next, the stock value of rupees 15,000 is to be reduced by 20%. Go to the question and see what is the amount of stock. It is 35,000. Now here we'll make a calculation. Out of 35,000, first make separate 15,000 and अगर 35,000 में से 15,000 सेपरेट किया तो बाकी कितना बचा 20,000. कीप 20,000 एज इट इज, क्योंकि हमको 15,000 में से 20% रिड्यूस करना है. इफ यू रिमूव 20% ऑफ 15,000 इट इज 3,000. गेट इट रिड्यूस, सो रिमेन 12,000. 12,000 plus 20,000. 12,000 plus 20,000 it would be 32,000. यानी कि स्टॉक का न्यू वैल्यू 32,000 है. So stock is counted as an asset and the value is going to be reduced. So come here and asset reduce हो रहा है, इसीलिए हम stock को नीचे लिखेंगे, that is on the credit side, and here we write down revaluation account debited and the value is reducing by 3,000. So take only 3,000 over here. This time revaluation we put at the debit side. So come to the debit side and write down stock account 3,000 and go to your new balance sheet and write down closing stock new value is 32,000. Next, an amount of 20,000 is not to be paid to creditors. Now here related to the liability. Come to the balance sheet. For creditor, keep the simple mantra. अगर debtors के related adjustment है तो debtors के related नीचे credit side लिखा जाएगा, तो automatically ये debit side आ जाता है. और अगर creditors के related adjustment है तो उसको debit side लिखना है. Creditors account debited. Now here this adjustment means ये supplier को हमको 20,000 देना था, now not to be paid. So here first we'll write down creditors 20,000 to revaluation account 20,000. Go to the revaluation account and as we can see the revaluation we wrote at the credit side. Come to the credit side and write down creditor account with the amount 20,000. And now we'll come to the liability. Creditor. Before, the creditor value was 1,70,000, and this time the 20,000 have been reduced. So here we'll write down 1,50,000. पहले ये 1,70,000 था और एज पर द एडजस्टमेंट हमको 20,000 अब नहीं पे करना है, तो 1,70,000 minus 20,000 you will find 1,50,000. Here I am just for the, I don't want to keep any confusion, so I'm writing here. So this is how we have to write for the last adjustment. Rupees 3,000 for outstanding expense and 2,000 for the income receivable, means outstanding income, are not recorded in the book. Now here we are going to record and also going to give entry in the journal entry. Always, which I have already given you the information related to the outstanding, what you have to do. Here we'll write down revaluation account debited to outstanding expense. Always remember, outstanding expense in journal entry it will be on your credit side, and outstanding income will remain on your debit side for journal entry. Outstanding expense is 3,000. And as we wrote revaluation at the debit side, so outstanding expense will write at the debit side of the revaluation account. 3,000, and come to the balance sheet where we always write outstanding expense on the liability side. Before you write, please check if it is given. Here it is given 10,000 outstanding expense. So here it would be 10,000 plus 3,000. It will become 13,000. Moving to the next seventh one, and 2,000 of income receivable are not recorded in the book, means outstanding income, which will be written on the debit side. 2,000 to revaluation account. 2,000. Now this 2,000 revaluation I wrote on the credit side, come to the credit side and write down outstanding income, or you can write down receivable income as well. आप दोनों लिख सकते हो. 2,000. Before you go to the balance sheet, we'll check if it is outstanding income. Here income receivable is given 4,000. So here we'll write receivable. Before it was 4,000 and now extra 2,000 is coming. So add them and write down 6,000 outside. So here we finish all the adjustment. It's not at yet. Here now we'll make a total of the revaluation account and we'll find out the difference of it. Here one adjustment is remain. The value of investment is to be reduced 30%. Investment is again your asset. It should be come over here third, but I am writing here as I forgot. So what it is? Reducing by 30%. So investment will be written over here. Revaluation account debited. This is the third one, so I'm just skipping it. Take the investment 40,000 and remove 30% of it. It is 12,000. So here first we'll write down 12,000, which is going to be reduced from the investment, and revaluation I wrote at the debit side. So come here and write down investment 12,000 and come to the new balance sheet and write down the real value of investment after getting minus with the 12,000 with 40,000. Now it would be 28,000. Now we'll make the total of both the side. Here I got the total of both the side, where I found the credit side is comparatively more than debit side. So please write down 1,42,000 at both the side. Get minus with 70,000, 1,42,000 minus 70,000, you will get the difference of 72,000. Here you got the difference, and the difference comes at the debit side, which is going to be distributed to the partners capital account, will pass to the partners capital account and going to be distributed in their old ratio. Always remember, will distribute this difference between the partner as per their old ratio. If you check your question, the old ratio is 2:3:1 and new ratio is equal proportion. Whenever we are distributing a difference of revaluation account, always remember we have to use it old ratio. Here in the question, old ratio is 2:3:1 between the Rajesh, Pushpa and Pratibha. So write down Rajesh, Pushpa and Pratibha and distribute them in their 2:3:1 in their ratio. The total of 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6. So you have to take 72,000 multiplied by 2 divide by 6. You will get the difference of Rajesh, which is 24,000. Same for Pratibha, you have to take 72,000 multiplied by 3 divide by 6. You will get 36,000. And for Pratibha it is 12,000. Now as the difference we find out at the debit side, come to the journal entry and here we'll write down revaluation account. I'm repeating again, I found the difference in the revaluation account at the debit side, and here I am writing the debit side and the name of the partner, which is going to be the amount which is going to be passed to the partners will be written over here. Always remember Rajesh capital account to Pushpa capital account, Pratibha capital account. So here we finish. What exactly the difference we find out? That is 72,000, which will be written for the revaluation account, and for the remaining three partner, whatever the amount we find out will be written over here. Now here we end up with the revaluation of asset and liability related to the adjustment. Go back to the old balance sheet and check anything is left. Land, building, machinery, investment, which is already done. Then debtors, here we not written is bills receivable, bank balance, cash balance. Take this three amount as it is and copy it in your new balance sheet. Bills receivable, that is 10,000. Bank balance, that is 60,000. Cash balance, that is 30,000. Here I finish with the asset side. Check for the liability side. Now here for the capital, whatever difference, as we find out the difference on their debit side, these all are the profit. This profit will be added with their old capital. Capital, Rajesh, Pushpa, Pratibha. First I will copy with the old what they were having before, that is 2 lakh, 1 lakh and 2 lakh. And now, just now they find out their profit with 24,000, 36,000 and 12,000. Add them as this is the profit. If we found the difference on this side, that would be loss, which would be minus. But here directly we'll add them as we find out the profit. 2,24,000, 1,36,000 and 2,12,000. Here we finish with the capital. Then bank loan, as we didn't did any adjustment related to this, so directly we can copy that out. Creditor is done. Bills payable will take, and workers profit sharing fund. This three amount, just take them as it is with the 10% bank loan 80,000, bills payable 40,000 and workers profit sharing fund is 29,000. Now make the total of the balance sheet. Here I got the total of balance sheet with 8,84,000. So this is how we have to do. The remaining in between accounts will become in the next two chapters in between of over here. But this is how the revaluation is done. The journal entry, revaluation account, then the new balance sheet. Question number 11. Manju, Prabha and Meena are the partners of a partnership firm. Their profit loss sharing ratio is 5:3:2. They want to change their profit loss sharing ratio to 3:1. Therefore, they decide to revalue the asset and liability of the firm. From the following information, prepare revaluation account and balance sheet for after revaluation. Now here it is not mentioned to prepare journal entry, but here I am ready with the journal entry just for the rough work. And here revaluation and balance sheet is ready. Here our old balance sheet where we can see the capital and the current account. Now in this current account, now this time we are working with the current account. The whatever difference we found in the revaluation account, normally we pass to the partner's capital account, but when in the question current account is mentioned, the difference of revaluation, it can be a profit, it can be a loss, will be transferred to the current account. Next, we'll start with the adjustment. First one, the value of land and building is to be increased by 25%. Here the land and building 1 lakh, and if we make a calculation of 1 lakh, 25% is 25,000, which is shown as an increase. Now when in the question it is written, it is not compulsory to every time to solve journal entry. And if you are working directly to the revaluation account, just for the rough work, you can take like land and building is the asset, and if it is increasing, so entry will be like land and building to revaluation account. And revaluation is coming on the credit side. So in the revaluation account, come to the credit side and directly also you can write by land and building, which is increasing by 25%, that is 25,000. That is the first adjustment. Next, the value of furniture is to be reduced by 10%. Here is the furniture 30,000. Now 30,000 10% is 3,000 and it is reducing. So if we make a journal entry, again the furniture is the asset, and if it is reduced, the furniture comes at the credit side and the revaluation come on the debit side. In revaluation account, come to the debit side and write down furniture account with the amount 3,000. This is how we can make a direct entry in the revaluation account. And this rough work, there is no need to prepare a specimen. This is just for the explanation I have done. But roughly you can make a journal entry if you get confused in the where to put directly in the revaluation account. And also have to give entry in the balance sheet as well. So here I am writing land and building. In the old balance sheet, the land and building value was 1 lakh and it is going to be increased by 25%. So it would be 1,25,000. Here the 1 lakh plus 25,000, which is going to be increased. So 1 lakh plus 25,000, it would be 1,25,000. Next was furniture, which is going to be reduced by 3,000. So first we'll write down furniture in the new balance sheet, and furniture is 30,000 in the old balance sheet, which is going to be reduced. So 30,000 minus 3,000, here it would be 27,000, which we have already give entry in the revaluation account. Moving to the next, the value of machinery is to be kept 80%, means going to be reduced by 20%. So first take machinery, which is 50,000. 50,000, remove 20% of it, you will get 10,000, which is going to be reduced. So again, if it is that's your asset, तो machinery नीचे आएगा और ऊपर आएगा revaluation account. So this will be written over here by writing machinery, which is going to be reduced by amount 10,000. So the value of machinery in the new balance sheet $50,000 minus 10,000. So the new value of machinery will be 40,000. Next, the book value of closing stock is 5,000 more than its market value. Here we can see the closing stock is 40,000. Mean this adjustment means कि इसका value 35,000 है, but here they have shown 40,000. So again here the stock will be reduced by 5,000. So stock is again asset. If it is reducing, so it will come revaluation debit side. Write down stock account with the amount 5,000, and here the original value, new value of the stock, as per the adjustment, it would be 35,000. Next, total amount of 2,500 is to be kept by bad debt reserve on debtor. Now here you can see the bad debt reserve is also given in your old balance sheet, and in the adjustment they have given that bad debt reserve is to be kept 2,500. It means this is going to be new value, which is going to be kept in your new balance sheet. First I'll write debtor. Debtor value, whatever the old value written in the textbook, just take that 25,000, and bad debt reserve, which is to be kept as per the adjustment, 2,500. So this is what I'm going to write, 2,500. Now check this calculation properly. New, we find out 2,500, which is going to be written in the new balance sheet, and in the old balance sheet bad debt reserve is 1,000. 2,500 is the new, which we find out in the adjustment, and 1,000 is the which is given in the old balance sheet. Get them minus. 2,500 minus 1,000 remain 1,500, which is going to be written in the revaluation account. Now here I have given you that bad debt reserve related, means कि debtors related entries will be written on the credit side, and revaluation will be written on the debit side. The difference of these two is 1,500. So that's what the journal entry, if अगर हम journal entry लिखते तो हम ये लिखते. Now revaluation debtors related entry, directly I am writing here bad debt reserve with the amount 1,500. So here we have finished with this, and here we already wrote value will be 22,500. Next, an amount of 3,000 among the creditor is now not to be paid. Now 3,000 not to be paid, and in the balance sheet it is given 40,000. So directly also we can write directly on the credit side by writing creditors. Before it was 40,000. 40,000 minus 3,000, it would be 37,000. Sorry, here we'll write 3,000, and in the new balance sheet creditors will become 37,000. Next, interest on bank loan for last 3 months is outstanding. Now interest on bank loan is our expense and it is outstanding. For this explanation I will just make a rough little work, that outstanding expense which you have to remember while doing directly entry in the revaluation account. Outstanding expense always remain on the debit side and outstanding income remain on your credit side. उसका उल्टा प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस क्रेडिट साइड रहता है तो प्रीपेड इनकम डेबिट साइड. यू कैन रिमेंबर एनी वन ऑफ द पोजीशन. जस्ट रिमेंबर आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंस यहाँ पे रहता है तो इनकम उल्टा, तो प्रीपेड एक्सपेंस यहाँ पे रहता है, प्रीपेड इनकम यहाँ पे. दिस इज हाउ यू any idea you can use by yourself to make you remember the position of this, which never let you make any mistake. So now let's write down first outstanding expense, that is bank interest. Here the calculation interest on bank loan. First check how much it is given, 30,000 on 12%. So take 30,000, remove 12%, multiply by 3 months calculation. It is given here 3 months calculation. If you remove the calculation, you will find out 900 interest on bank loan, which is going to be written over here. And here we'll write down outstanding bank loan, or in bracket interest, that is 900. So that's it. We have ended up with all the adjustment in this question. Now we'll make a marking on the liability side, which we have not put any entries yet. Next step is to make a total of revaluation account. Debit side it is 20,400 and the credit side it is 28,000. So we'll write down 28,000 at both the side. Get minus with 20,400, you will get the difference of 7,600, which is going to be distributed to the partner's current account. This time we'll distribute to the partner's current account. So 7,600 will be distributed as per the old ratio, that is 5:3:2. 7,600 distribute between the partners in their old ratio, Manju, Prabha and Meena. If you distribute 7,600 as per their old ratio 5:3:2, you will get 3,800, 2,280 and 1,520. Now next is balance sheet. Now in your balance sheet, nothing to do with the capital account. We didn't wrote any entry related to the capital. Just copy as it is to the new balance sheet. Manju, Prabha, Meena, 1,50,000, 40,000, 30,000. Total is 2,20,000. Next is current account. Now this time Manju, Prabha, Meena. In the textbook it is given 10,000, 20,000 and 9,000. This will be written inside because we are not preparing capital account in this question. So just write down as it is. This is the calculation which you have to do with the calculator. I'm showing you with the pencil. Now here we'll take all this total. For Manju 3,800, 2,280, 1,520. Just take this total out directly. 13,800, here 22,280, here 10,520. Next, we didn't wrote bank loan, that will be written. Credit is done and bills payable. Just copy as it is. Bank loan 30,000. This can be written together by adding them and also can written like this as well. Next is bills payable which is 10,000. Now moving towards asset side, land and building we wrote, machinery, furniture, investment. There was no adjustment related to the investment, so just write down the amount which is given in the question as it is, 50,000. Next, closing stock also done, debtors also done, bills receivable and cash balance. This amount, no adjustment was there related to the bills receivable and cash balance, just copy as it is. Bills receivable 5,000, cash balance 40,000. Now we'll make the total of this balance sheet and make the balance sheet got tally with the amount 3,44,500. This is what the solution. And this calculation is not compulsory to be written. This is just for the explanation that you can do in your calculator as well.
Distribution of reserve and accumulation profit among the partners, which is given in your textbook page number 127. This information is very important for the remaining chapter because this will become as a one kind of adjustment. So you must know what it is. First, general reserve, worker accidental compensation fund, etc. Such are the reserves which is also given in the specimen as well. These are called reserve fund, and the credit balance of the profit and loss account is called as accumulated profit. Now these are the profits and general reserves. These reserves entries will be distributed between the old partners' capital or current account in their old ratio. Here they are given in the details, that profit and loss account profit, general reserve, capital reserve, reserve fund account, contingency reserves account, worker accidental compensation fund, investment fluctuation fund. So these are the accumulation profit which will be distributed between the old partners into their old ratio and will be passed to the capital account, and if in the question current account have been mentioned, then it will be passed to the current account. Second point is information is related to the chapter 5. At the time of reconstruction of the partnership firm, reserve fund and the balance sheet of the accumulated profit are distributed among the existing current partners in the old profit and loss sharing ratio. And if the debit balance or if we found loss of profit and loss account, then also it is distributed among the existing partner in their old profit and loss sharing ratio, and the same will be distributed is also made before the admission of the new partner as well. Now this loss which the point number 2 and 3 is talking about is this: the profit and loss account, the advertisement campaign, reserve development expenses and other non-return of revenue expenditure will also be passed to the old partner into their old ratio before the admission of the new partners. Now the next fourth point is information related to the chapter 6, that is the retirement or the death of the partner. At the time of retirement or death of the partner, also the balance of reserve fund and profit and loss account distributed amongst the old partner in the old profit and loss sharing ratio. In short, always remember such kind of entries, the accumulated profits and the losses. These will be distributed only between the old partner in their old ratio. Our next chapter is chapter 5, where we will see about the admission of a new partner, and chapter 6 where we'll find the retirement or the death of the new partners, old partner. So this, always remember that this kind of entries will be passed directly to the old partner in their old ratio. The video will be continued with the question number 12 and the illustration 10 solution, which will make you proper understanding to understand those journal entry.
Illustration number 10. Ram and Rahim are the partners of a partnership firm. Profit and loss sharing ratio between them is 4:3. The following are the balance in the book of the firm as on 31st March 2017. Profit and loss, debit balance, reserve fund, workers profit sharing fund, workers accidental compensation fund. These all have been given. On the above date, Ram and Rahim have decided to new profit sharing ratio, that is 1:1 equal proportion. A claim of 5,000. Now make a marking. A claim of 5,000 is outstanding against the workers' accidental compensation fund, which is going to be get minus with the workers' accidental compensation fund. Past journal entry showing distribution of accumulation, profit and losses in the books of the firm. Explanation also given in the textbook, but here I have shown you separately in my book. Now first is given profit and loss account debit balance 14,000. First, here you can see the old ratio is 4:3 and the new ratio is 1:1. As per my explanation and as per the information given in the textbook, always use old ratio to distribute profit and loss. Here you can see profit and loss debit balance is already given. The old ratio is 4:3. The calculation of profit and loss account is 14,000, which have been already distributed. This calculation is to be done in your calculator. Now here the entry will be simple. If I give you the simple mantra of this, if it is written profit and loss debit, to put the profit and loss on the credit side. That is the loss. But this is how you can easily remember कि अगर डेबिट बैलेंस लिखा है तो आपको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस क्रेडिट साइड लिख लेना है. अगर क्रेडिट बैलेंस लिखा है तो उसको डेबिट में लिख लेना एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट टू द पार्टनर. दिस इज द सिंपल फॉर्म. And if you go with the proper explanation, that which I have already uploaded in the continuing in this video. Next, to profit and loss account. Now profit and loss is given 14,000. Write down 14,000 on your credit side. And as per the distribution of the between the partners, as per the old ratio, the entry will be like Ram's capital account debited with 8,000, Rahim's capital account debited with 6,000. This is a distribution of profit and loss account debit balance. Next is reserve fund. Reserve fund always keeps on the debit side to distribute it to the partner. Yeah. Reserve funds always keep on the debit side and credit side to the partners. Old partner in their old ratio have to be distribute this reserve fund. So first we'll write down reserve fund account debited. In the textbook it is given 42,000. So just write down 42,000, which is going to be distributed to the old partner in their old ratio, that is Ram and Rahim. Here the calculation is done. Ram's capital account 24,000, Rahim capital account 18,000. That's it. For workers' profit sharing fund. Workers' profit sharing fund is a liability for a firm, therefore it is not distributed. Always remember, here it is quite similar. Sound similar like workers profit sharing fund and workers accidental compensation fund. Student normally get confused, वो सिर्फ वर्कर्स देखकर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देते. बट रिमेंबर प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग फंड इज द लायबिलिटी फॉर द फर्म which is never going to be distributed between the partners. But worker accidental compensation fund is distributed, and here to the workers accidental compensation fund there is a one adjustment. There is a claim is outstanding of rupees 5,000, which is going to be minus with this 26,000. Moving towards the fourth, here there is no entry, so no need to give this much also. There is no need to write anything. This is just for the explanation I have done. Fourth one, workers accidental compensation fund. Question में दिया 26,000 and the claim which is outstanding have to be get minus 5,000, remain 21,000. That remaining value will be calculate and distribute between the partner in their old ratio. And here the entry will be workers accidental compensation fund account 2, which is 21,000, to Ram's capital account 12,000, to Rahim's capital account 9,000. This is how have to be solved related to this. Moving towards question number 12. LA and Sanket are the partners of the partnership firm. Profit and loss sharing ratio among them is 2:1 on 31st March 2017. The following are the balance in the book of the firm. This is quite important because this will come as an adjustment in the remaining chapters. So it is important. Here the profit and loss, reserve fund, workers profit sharing fund, workers accidental compensation fund is already given. Now on the above date, LA and Sanket decided to change their profit and loss sharing ratio in equal proportion, and the claim of rupees 6,000 is outstanding on workers against workers accidental compensation fund. Past journal entry showing distribute of accumulation profit and loss in the book of the firm. Here my specimen is ready. For the calculation I have put this name. There is no need to put the name in between. This is I'm just going to use just for my explanation. So first we'll take profit and loss debit balance. So here I am putting on the credit side profit and loss debit balance. Amount is 18,000 and the old ratio is 2:1. So it is 2 upon 3 and 18,000 1 upon 3. It is 12,000 and 6,000. So here we'll write down on the credit side 18,000 profit and loss debit balance, which is going to be distributed between the partners capital account. Amount is 12,000 and 6,000. Next is reserve fund 27,000. Make a calculation of it. Reserve fund account debited with amount 27,000 to the partner's capital account, that is 18,000 and 9,000. Next, third, for your workers profit sharing fund, as this is a liability which is not going to distribute between the partners, so no entry will be given for this. Workers accidental compensation fund is given 21,000 and the claim of rupees 6,000 from by the workers. So get them minus, so remaining 15,000 will be distributed between the partners. Workers accidental compensation fund account debited with the amount 15,000 distribute between the partners. That is 10,000 and 5,000. This calculation, there is no need to write in between of the journal entry. This I have wrote for the explanation. So please you people don't write it. Question number 13. From the following information, pass necessary journal entry and prepare revaluation account and a balance sheet after revaluation in the book of Sajan and Nirmi. Sajan and Nirmi are the partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 5:3. Their firm balance sheet is on 31st March is as under. Here we can see the balance sheet is given, and here we can start directly with the adjustment. Here also they have given that partners have decided to revalue the asset and liability, and their new ratio for the future is in equal proportion, which we are not going to use it. So first one, the value of land and building is to be increased by 10%. Land and building is given 1,40,000. If we remove 10% of it, it is 14,000. So land and building is the asset. If it is increasing, we have to write it on the debit side. Land and building account debited to revaluation. As in this question they have given to solve journal entry, so I am solving here 14,000, and as it is increasing we'll write over here land and building 14,000, and new value of land and building will become 1,54,000, that is 1,40,000 plus the increase in 10%, 14,000. It would be 1,54,000. Next, the value of machinery and furniture is to be reduced 40%. First take machinery is 80,000, furniture is 30,000. This is the calculation you have to do in your calculator. This is for the explanation. I remove the 80,000's 40%, that is 32,000, and furniture 30,000 40% is 12,000, which is going to be reduced. Both are reducing and both are asset. So here machinery will be written down as it is the asset and it is reducing. With the amount 32,000. Revaluation comes on the debit side. Come to the debit side and write down machinery account with the amount 32,000. Next is furniture, which is also reducing with the amount 12,000. Both the side, and here furniture reducing and asset value will be written on the debit side of the revaluation account 12,000. Next, rupees 1,000 bad debt reserve on debtor is not required. Now when it is written it is not required means 1,000 bad debt reserve not required, so remain 500. So 500 will be goes in your new balance sheet. Debtor, the debtor value is 40,000 and 1,000 is not required means bad debt reserve new value will become 500. Here the calculation, the new value which will be written in your new balance sheet, that one is the old which is given in your adjustment, so remain 1,000. Where we'll put the, here you can see the new value is 500 and old value is 1,500. This value is comparatively more than this, so the answer will come in minus. Now this is what the important adjustment. आपको पहले न्यू रखना है और पीछे ओल्ड रखना है. न्यू माने आपके एडजस्टमेंट में जो दिया है वो अमाउंट, और ओल्ड माने आपके पुराने बैलेंस शीट में जो दिया है वो अमाउंट. दोनों को जब आप रखोगे अगर पीछे वाला अमाउंट ज़्यादा है तो ऑब्वियसली आंसर माइनस में आएगा. एंड व्हेन द आंसर विल कम द इन माइनस, journal entry will change. Journal entry, here the journal entry will be bad debt reserve will come on your debit side to revaluation account. This is very important क्योंकि मैंने आगे के एक्सप्लेनेशन में ये कहा था कि डेप्टर्स के रिलेटेड अगर बैड डेट रिजर्व आए तो हमें उसको क्रेडिट साइड रखना है और रिवैल्यूएशन डेबिट साइड, ताकि वो ऑटोमेटिकली डेबिट के पोजीशन पे आ जाए. पर अगर आंसर माइनस में आ रहा है, इफ़ यू फाइंड दिस कैलकुलेशन एंड यू फाइंड द आंसर इन माइनस, द एंट्री विल बी गिवन on the revaluation credit side with the bad debt reserve account 1,000, and here we have already wrote the answer will be 39,500. Next, 1,500 repairing expense is required for stock. So here there is a reduction of 1,500 in the value of stock. So here the entry will be stock is your asset, so stock will be written on your credit side. Revaluation account debit side with the amount 1,500 which is going to be reduced, and here we'll write stock account with the amount 1,500, and here the stock value will become, old value is 31,500 minus 1,500, now the value will be 30,000. Next, rupees 1,500 out of creditor is now not to be paid, which is recorded in the books. So here creditor is 30,000. That will do when we'll write in your new balance sheet. Here we'll write down creditor account debited with the amount 1,500 to revaluation account 1,500, and here we'll write creditor with the amount 1,500, and here the new balance sheet of the creditor. In your new balance sheet, creditor value will become 30,500, that is 32,000 minus 1,500. The value will be 30,500. Next, here outstanding expense is rupees 10,000 and the income receivable, so it is a outstanding income, is rupees 2,000. Here simple thing, first go with the revaluation account. Outstanding expense, which is given 10,000, write down, and income receivable means outstanding income, so write down over here directly, which will make you easy to remember to where to write in the revaluation. This should be correct. If you make mistake in the journal, doesn't matter, but here the difference will come in the total, so this should be get correct. Outstanding expense मैंने पहले से लिख दिया और outstanding income भी मैंने पहले से लिख दिया in the revaluation account. Now I can give the journal entry for this. How I will give? Outstanding expense I have wrote on the debit side, so debit side I will write down revaluation account debited to outstanding expense with the amount 10,000, and for the income I write down outstanding income on the debit side and revaluation on the credit side. Hope you people understand how to write for the outstanding expense and income, not to get confused. आप पहले ये भी लिख दो तो भी चलेगा. Now we'll give entry over here, but before we write, first find out if it is given anything in the new balance sheet related to the expense and income. It is not written, so we can write down directly outstanding expense 10,000 and outstanding income is 2,000. Next adjustment is investment is to be shown at its market value. Here we can see the investment market value is 18,000 and the amount is given 20,000. Means investment is going to be reduced by 2,000. So here we'll write down investment on the, as investment is your asset, आप नीचे लिख दो क्योंकि ये reduce हो रहा है with the amount of 2,000, with the difference of amount 2,000. Revaluation account debit side, and as it is reducing, we'll write down over here investment account 2,000, and here the original value of investment will now become 18,000. Here the machinery and furniture, we forgot to give the entry. Machinery and furniture. Machinery value, which was before 80,000, going to be reduced by 32,000, so the value will become 48,000. Furniture पहले था 30,000, which is going to be reduced by 12,000, so the value will become 18,000. So here we finish with all the adjustment. So next step, to make a total of revaluation account. Here I got the total of revaluation account. This time debit side is comparatively more to the credit side, so we'll write down 57,500 at both the side and get minus with the 18,500. We'll get the difference of 39,000. This time we got the difference on the credit side, that is the loss partners, which is going to be distributed to the partners capital account. The partner name is Sajan and Nirmi. Will distribute it as per their old ratio to the 39,000, that is 24,375 and 14,600 25, which has been distributed as per the old ratio, that is 5:3. So here we got the amount. First we'll give the journal entry for this. We found the difference on the credit side. So credit side we'll write down revaluation account. I have left 2 lines and I'm writing revaluation account with the amount 39,000 and going to be distributed between the partners. Capital account debited with the amount 24,375 and near me capital account debited with 14,625. So this, after this, journal entry is also done. Now here I have also prepared partners capital account. Now have to pass the difference you find out on their credit side will move cross and move on the partners capital account debit side. Here you have to write down revaluation account. As partners capital account we already did in the final account, so it is very simple. Just cross them and we already have the columns of the partner. Just write down the amount 24,375 and 14,625, and the partner's capital account opening balance always done on the credit side, which will be given in your question, that is 80,000 and 50,000. Write down that 80,000 and 50,000. That's it. Now we are going to move to the balance sheet because we have to check if any entry is remain. So here we finish with this. Here we got general reserve, which is going to be distributed between the old partner in their old ratio. So journal entry will also pass entry for this. General reserve. The question given 80,000, which is going to be distributed between the partners. Capital account near me capital account, and this will be distributed in their old ratio, that is 5:3, that is 50,000 and 30,000, and this is going to be passed to the partners capital account. Now this time we'll take this to the partners capital account, which will be distributed. Now again I am doing this general reserve account with the amount 50,000 and 30,000. Moving to the next. Here we finish with the general reserve. We found profit and loss account of 48,000, which is also going to be distributed between the old partner in their old ratio. Journal entry also have to be passed for this. Profit and loss account debited with the amount 48,000, going to distribute between the partners capital account. That is 48,000 distribute between the 5:3, you will get amount 30,000 and 18,000. Now this 30,000 and 80,000 will be passed to the partners capital account. Profit and loss account. For this profit and loss account to pass in the partners capital account, here also I have the simple thing to remember. अगर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट लायबिलिटी साइड दिया है तो हम उसको क्रॉसली पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट के क्रेडिट साइड पास करेंगे. अगर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट आपके असेट साइड दिया हो तो उसको क्रॉस करके आप पार्टनर्स कैपिटल के डेबिट साइड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हो. दिस इज ऑल्सो द इजी वे टू रिमेंबर वेयर टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इफ यू गेट कंफ्यूज इन बिटवीन 30,000 and 18,000. So here we finish. Next, bank loan, which is not going to be distributed in the partners capital account, but as it is we distribute into the new balance sheet. We write down in the new balance sheet with the 12% bank loan, that is 70,000. This is the liability which is never going to distribute. Next is bills payable. Creditors we already wrote, remain bills payable. Bills payable is 10,000. So here we end up with the liability part. Now we'll start with the asset side, where we have already wrote land and building, machinery, furniture, investment, debtors also done, stock also done, remain cash balance. So write down cash balance, that is 30,000. So here we finish. Now the last step is we'll make a total, because we have to write down capital. As we did in our final account, we'll make a total of first partner, that is Sergeant. Here I am writing with the pencil 24,375 I found over the debit side. And on the credit side, if we total 80,000, 50,000 and 30,000, we'll get a total of 1,60,000. So here we can see the 1,60,000 is more. So I'm writing 1,60,000 at both the side. Get minus with 24,375. You will get the difference of 1,35,625. Now that's what the balance CF as it is will pass to the liability with the name of a partner, 1,35,625. Same we have to do for near me. 14,625 we found over here, and if we make a total of this column, we'll get 98,000, which is comparatively more. So write down 98,000 both this side. Get minus with 14,625, and here we'll get the difference of 83,375 near me. Add them both, you will get 2,19,000. Just make the total of this column and make them tally. Here I got the total tally with the 3,39,500. Moving to the next question. The two Daya and Tarak are the partners of the partnership firm. Profit and loss in the ratio 4:3:2. Their firm balance sheet on 31st March is as under. Here they have given you the balance sheet. Now as on above balance sheet, the partners change profit and loss sharing ratio in the equal proportion, and the following revaluation account is prepared for the revaluation of asset and liability. Means here we are ready revaluation account. Here they have given a claim, workers accidental compensation fund, which would be given in the question old balance sheet, and after getting them minus we'll distribute between the partners. And from the following information, now we have to give journal entry, prepare partners capital account and balance sheet after revaluation. Now these three things have to be prepared. Here we have the ready revaluation account. Now we are going to give journal entry. Ab ulta karna hai. So here I am ready with this specimen. Very simple and easy. Just take journal entry. First I am taking credit side as a first entry. Now here I am finding this 3 entry on the credit side. Don't take this. For this we have to give the separate entry, as they are going to distribute into the partners capital account. So just take the 3 land and building creditors and income receivable as a first entry, and it's a credit side. So just give the series number, leave, and on the credit side write down revaluation account. Write down this 3 accounts with the amount as it is and get them copy into the journal entry. Land and building account debited with the amount 10,000. Creditors account debited with amount 6,000. Income receivable account 3,000. Get them total, you will get 19,000 for the revaluation account. That's it. Next, this side we don't have anything to pass to the partners capital account. Take them all and write down For the second entry, this all value is written on the debit side. So debit side will write down revaluation account and all those entries will be written on the credit side. Just copy as it is written in the question. Machinery account with the amount 35,000. Furniture with the amount 5,000. Investment 3,000. Bad debt reserve account 10,000. Stock 3,000. Outstanding expense account 2,000. To bank overdraft interest account 1,500. Make the total of it and write down the total over here. Very easy to write the journal entry, but as per these we are going to prepare our new balance sheet by comparing the old balance sheet. We have to see whatever is, if asset is increasing, it is written over here, and when asset is decreasing, it is written over here. So we have to make the calculation of it and have to prepare the new balance sheet for it. Same liability का उल्टा हो जाएगा. जब liability decrease हो रहा है, it would be written over here, and when the liability is increasing, it would be written over here. So that also have to be make the comparison, and then we have to write our start with the solution. Here first is land and building 90,000, and here land and building written 10,000, means here it have been increased. So here we'll write down land and building 90,000 increased by 10,000, it would be 1 lakh. Next is machinery 80,000, and machinery is written 35,000 on the revaluation debit side. It means it have been reduced by 35,000. So for machinery, make a calculation. 80,000 minus 35,000, you will get the value of 45,000. Next, furniture 20,000. First we'll check where is written furniture 5,000. It means 20,000 minus 5,000, furniture value will become 15,000. Next, investment written 15,000, and here investment is written on the reduced side with the 3,000, so value will become 12,000. 12,000. Next, you can also write the amount as well if you want. Next is debtor. Now here debtors related bad debt reserve is written on your debit side with the 10,000, and here bad debt reserve is written 6,000 on the balance sheet. As calculation will be written like, first write down debtors value from the question, that is 80,000. Write down bad debt as it is, which is given in the question, 4,000. And for bad debt reserve, here we can see the bad debt reserve in the old, it is given 6,000, and here they have shown the value of bad debt reserve with the 10,000. Add them both, and here the value will become 16,000. Get them minus, take out the calculation outside with 60,000. Next, bills receivable 5,000. We can't see any of the entry related to the bills receivable. Just write it down outside directly with the amount 5,000. Next is stock 15,000, and here we found stock have been reduced by 3,000. So the stock value will be 12,000. 15,000 minus 3,000, the value remain 12,000. Next, cash as it is, write down. There is no calculation or is written in the revaluation account for current asset, that is cash. Next, profit and loss account. Now this have been given on the balance sheet asset side, which would be pass. Here we are going to give journal entry for this between the partner, that is Dattu's capital account debited, Daya capital account debited, Tarak's capital account debited to profit and loss account. Now here in the question number 13, profit and loss was given on the liability side, so we gave the profit and loss as a debit side entry and we pass to the partner's capital account to the credit side. This time profit and loss account is given on your asset side, so give the journal entry like this. Profit and loss account is given in the question is 27,000, and as we distribute as per the old ratio 4:3:2, the value will be 12,000, 9,000 and 6,000, which is going to be passed in the partner's capital account. Here we'll write down the balance brought forward, but here profit and loss account is written on the asset side, so this will be crossly will pass to the partner's capital account debit side. Profit and loss account, write down this amount 12,000, 9,000 and 6,000. So here we finish with all the asset side, moving towards the liability side. Now first we'll write down the opening balance 1,50,000 and 50,000. 1,50,000, 50,000 between the partners. Next, general reserve 36,000 is given, so here we'll pass general reserve, journal entry for general reserve debited to the Dattu's capital, to Daya's capital account, to Tarak capital account. Here I made the calculation of it, so just write it down with this amount. You can take a snapshot of it for the calculation, and this is very easy, which you can do in your calculator only. There is no need to write separate calculation for this. This is just I used for the calculation to distribute into the old ratio. Now this general reserve will be passed to the partner's capital account 16,000, 12,000 and 8,000. Next is worker accidental compensation fund is given 23,000, and in the adjustment there was a claim of 5,000. So first take 23,000, get the claim minus, remain 18,000. So this 18,000 will be distributed between the partners, but don't forget to give the journal entry of it. Workers accidental compensation fund account to Dattu's capital account, Daya's capital account, Tarak's capital account. The calculation is already done. Here we can write down directly 18,000, 8,000, 6,000 and 9,000. Now this will be passed to the partner's capital account, workers accidental compensation fund account, that is 8,000, 6,000 and 4,000. Here the calculation is. Next, bank loan, which will be written directly to the balance sheet. 9%, that is 40,000. Next, creditor. Now creditor related entries have to be careful with this creditor. Here creditor is given 50,000 and 6,000 is reduced. So here the creditor value will become 44,000. Next, bills payable. There was no any adjustment related to the bills payable. You can write it down directly. 20,000. For bank overdraft, it is given 8,000, but bank overdraft interest is given 1,500. So first you can just take them bank overdraft over here. Overdraft is 8,000 and outstanding interest on bank overdraft is given 1,500. Here we finish all the entries related to the liabilities, but don't forget to check your revaluation account as well, because it was ready given in the question. This we have done, this was left. So write down outstanding expense, that is 2,000. Bank overdraft interest is also done. Here land and building creditors, income receivable, this is left. Write down this as well. Income receivable, which is also known as outstanding income, which comes at the asset side only. So write down this. Now here the entry of this partner's capital account loss, this entry is left to be given in the journal entry. Write down journal entry for this. Here it's a profit and partner's capital account loss, and which is given on your credit side of the revaluation account. So here credit side we'll write down revaluation account and the partner's name on the credit side. Here we got the amount 40,500, which have to be written in the journal entry, and 18,000, 13,500 and 9,000. Now that's what the entry we have found in the revaluation account. Here revaluation account loss comes at the credit side, the difference comes at the credit side. If we pass to the cross to the partner's capital account, the value will be written on your debit side of the partner's capital account as a loss. You can write down in the bracket 18,000, 13,500 and 9,000. Here we finish up with all the information given in the question. Now here we finish up with the journal entry as well. Now only these two things left. Just make the total of all the columns, find out the difference wherever you find. First we'll calculate the twos. Here we got 30,000, and if we make the total of this column, we'll get 1,24,000. This process you all know, so just I'm going to do it directly. Here I got the total and the difference of the Dattu, Daya and Tarak. Take them all to the partner's capital account, and one information is left to be given. The claim which was given for the worker accidental compensation fund is a liability. Don't forget to write down over here. Workers accidental compensation fund, that is 5,000. Make the total of it, you will get the tally amount with the 3,07,000. This is the end up of this chapter, and these all are the big question which is very important going to come in the next remaining three chapters, that is chapter 5, 6 and 7.